Hi everyone, I'm Bubbles from Susan's family. Today I'm bringing you a departure cardigan from the Retro Nostalgia series. This sweater consists of the back body, front body, joining, edging and sleeves. First, crochet the front and back bodies, then join them together and add the border. Finally, crochet the sleeves. The sweater comes in different sizes. With the crochet method, almost identical, the tutorial uses the smallest size as an example, and different positions will be explained separately. Let's start learning the back body crochet. It's divided into the body, chest piece and shoulder parts. First, crochet the body. After finishing the body, continue with the same yarn to crochet the chest piece and shoulder parts upward. The body starts with a foundation chain, working back and forth along the starting point. The stitch techniques used include chain stitches, single crochets, double crochets, and double crochet 2-in-1 increases. Now, let's show. To make it easier to watch, I'll demonstrate using a different color yarn here. For specific yarn, color scheme and hook size, please refer to the detail page of our product and paper instructions. Start with a foundation chain. Make a slip knot with the yarn. Then chain the corresponding number of stitches. Refer to the chart for exact stitch count. My sample has fewer starting chains. After completing the foundation chain, proceed to crochet row 1. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. The turning chain counts as 1 double crochet, corresponding to the last stitch of the foundation chain. Then work 2 chains as interval. Next, in the 9th chain from the end, pick up the back loop and work 1 single crochet. Three chains. Then skip 2 stitches underneath. Skip 4 stitches underneath. Work 1 single crochet on the adjacent chain. 3 chains. Skip 2 stitches underneath. Work 1 single crochet. Let's take a look. This row involves picking up half loops on foundation chains to work single crochets. Alternately skip 2 and 4 stitches underneath. Alternately work 3 chains and 5 chains intervals. Continue following this method. Refer to the pattern. Complete this row. After finishing the last 2 chains, work 1 double crochet. This completes the first row. Now let's crochet row 2. Make 3 beginning chains as the starting double crochet. These 3 chains count as 1 double crochet, corresponding to the last stitch of the previous row. Then turn the work. Work 3 double crochets in the next chain space. After completing, work 1 single crochet in the next chain space. Then work 7 double crochets in the next chain space. After completing, work 1 single crochet in the next chain space. Continue alternately working in the chain spaces, matching the corresponding number of double crochets and single crochets. Complete this row. Work 3 double crochets in the last chain space at the edge. Then on the turning chain of the previous row. Pick up the top 2 loops of the third chain. Work 1 double crochet. This completes the second row. Consider the front side of this row as the right side of the entire fabric. That is, the side where the starting tail is on your right hand. Now work row 3. Make 1 beginning chain. Turn the work. Work 1 single crochet in each of the 2 double crochets at the edge of the previous row. Note, after turning, the stitches are positioned at the upper left. Continue with 5 chains. Then in the middle 3 stitches of the adjacent group of double crochets, work 1 single crochet in each. Chain 5 more. Work 1 single crochet in each of the middle 3 stitches of the next adjacent group. Continue this process. Complete this row. Finally, work a single crochet in the turning chain of the previous row. Work 1 single crochet in the top 2 loops of the third chain. Once completed, the third row is done. Now, let's crochet the fourth row. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Turn the work. Then work 1 double crochet in the last stitch of the previous row. Consider the beginning chain and this double crochet as one special double crochet increase. After completing, work 3 chain spaces. Then work 1 single crochet in the adjacent chain space. 3 chains. Next, work 2 double crochets in the middle stitch of the next 3 single crochets. Work 2 double crochets. Work 2 chain spaces between them. Continue working 1 single crochet in the adjacent chain space. Work 3 chains on both sides. Let's take a look. This row is worked by making single crochets in the chain spaces of the previous row. Work 3 chains on both sides. Work 2 double crochets in the corresponding single crochet. Work 2 chain spaces between them. Continue working this row to completion. Finally, work a double crochet increase in the edge stitch. That is, work 2 double crochets in the same stitch. This completes the 4th row. Now let's work the 5th row. This row is worked the same as the first row, only the insertion point is different. Chain 3 to begin. Work 2 chain spaces. Turn the work. Then work a single crochet in the corresponding chain space from the previous row. Work chain spaces of corresponding amount between them. Complete this row. Once finished, the 5th row is completed. Next, refer to the chart. Finish crocheting the body. The following crochet method, almost the same as the previous rows. Refer to the chart for crocheting. Complete it on your own from here. Don't cut the yarn after finishing. That's how the body is done. Now let's learn how to crochet the chest piece. Continue crocheting upward with the same yarn from the body. The new stitch techniques used include double crochet decrease, half double crochet, treble crochet, and half double crochet decrease. Now, let's show. First, work row 1. Before working, carry the yarn across. Pull up the loop, then thread the yarn ball or fabric through the loop. Pull tight. Then turn the work. Draw through the corresponding stitch. Note, I'm demonstrating in small size. For larger sizes, refer to the pattern at the corresponding chain space. Draw the yarn through. Keep the carried yarn loose. Then follow the chart. Finish this row. This completes row 1. Now everyone follow the chart to complete row 2. After finishing, work row 3. Make 2 chains as beginning chain. Turn the work. Work 1 half double crochet in the next base chain space. Treat the beginning chain and the half double crochet as a special half double crochet decrease. Continue following the chart until the last stitch. Finish with 1 half double crochet decrease. Work 1 incomplete half double crochet in the corresponding chain space. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. That completes the half double crochet decrease. That completes row 3. Now continue to crochet row 4. Pay attention. Carry the yarn across before crocheting. After finishing, crochet row 5. Chain 4 to begin. These 4 chains count as 1 treble crochet, then turn the work. Work 1 treble crochet in the next stitch. Yarn over the hook twice. Insert the hook. Pull the yarn through, then yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat this twice. This is an incomplete treble crochet. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. That completes 1 treble crochet. Continue following the chart to finish this row. That completes row 5. Let me explain this again. For the large size, the first and last stitch of this row, start with working 3 chains as beginning chain, then turn the work and make a double crochet, ending with a double crochet and treble crochet cluster. Which means first make an incomplete double crochet, then an incomplete treble crochet, yarn over and draw through all loops in once. Refer to the pattern for crocheting. Next crochet row 6, working 2 chains as beginning chain. Turn the work. Make a double crochet in the adjacent stitch. Consider this double crochet and the beginning chain as a special double crochet decrease. Next, follow the chart until the last stitch before finishing. Make a double crochet decrease for the last stitch. First, make an incomplete double crochet on the treble crochet of the previous row. Then make an incomplete double crochet on the beginning chain. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. This completes 1 double crochet decrease. And row 6 is finished. Next, refer to the chart, and complete the remaining rows for the chest piece. The last stitch of the final row ends with a loose slip stitch. Do not cut the yarn after finishing. This concludes the chest piece. Now let's learn how to crochet the shoulder parts. They are divided into left shoulder part and right shoulder part. Here, left and right refer to the actual wearing position. Continue with the previous yarn tail to crochet the right shoulder part. Now, let's show. Here I continue demonstrating with the small size. For other sizes, crochet according to the stitch pattern on the chart. First, carry the yarn across. Then work row 1. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Complete this row following the chart. After finishing the last 2 single crochets, leave the remaining positions unworked. This completes row 1. Now work row 2. Make 3 chains, turn the work. Then work 1 single crochet in the adjacent chain space. Continue to complete this row. This completes row 2. Finally work row 3. First carry the yarn across. Then crochet. After finishing, secure with a chain stitch. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. Weave in the yarn tail on the wrong side. This completes the right shoulder part. Next, work the left shoulder part. With the right side of the piece facing you, join the yarn in the corresponding chain space. Refer to the chart. Complete this row. Once done, then complete the remaining 2 rows. After completing, leave a yarn tail, fasten off, and weave in the ends. Now complete the rest on your own. This concludes the left shoulder part. Up to this point, the back body is completed. Next, learn how to crochet the front body. It consists of the left front and right front. These are distinguished based on actual wearing. First, learn how to crochet the left front. We will start from foundation chain. Crochet along the starting chain. The stitches used include 5 double crochets into the same stitch, 3 double crochets into the same stitch and single crochet decrease. Now, let's show. First, make foundation chain corresponding to the stitch count. Next, work row 1. Make 1 beginning chain, then start single crocheting from the second chain from the hook. Skip 1 stitch, and make a chain space. Complete the foundation chain position first. After completing the foundation chain, make 6 chain stitches as extension. This completes row 1. Now, work row 2. Make 1 beginning chain, then turn the work. First, along the chain stitches of row 1, start crocheting from the 3rd stitch from the end. Pick up the front loop and work 2 slip stitches in sequence. Then work 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 double crochet. After completing, work double crochets along the stitches and chain spaces of the previous row. Complete the first row. Once finished, row 2 is completed. Next, work row 3. Make 1 beginning chain. Turn the work. First, work along row 2. The stitch pattern is identical to row 1. Work until the slip stitch position. Pick up the V-shaped loop of the slip stitch and crochet. Then work 1 slip stitch in the adjacent beginning chain space. If unsure, pick up 1-2 strands to crochet. After completing, work 7 chains as an extension. This completes row 3. Now work row 4. Make 1 beginning chain, turn the work. Then starting from the 3rd to last stitch, work 2 slip stitches in sequence. Then work 1 single crochet, 2 half double crochets, and 1 double crochet. Continue crocheting along row 3. Don't miss this slip stitch. After completing, row 4 is finished. Next, work row 5. Make 1 beginning chain, turn the work, then work along the stitches of the previous row. Work the last slip stitch into the chain space. If you can't find it accurately, roughly pick up 1-2 strands to crochet. After completing, continue to work the corresponding number of chains for extension. This completes row 5. Next, refer to the chart. Complete rows 6-7. After completing row 7 and the extension chains, work 1 chain to secure, then leave a yarn tail and fasten off. Now work row 8. Join yarn on the beginning chain of the previous row. Make 1 beginning chain, then work along the previous row. After completing, work along the extension chains. This completes row 8. Now follow the chart to complete up to row 14. After finishing, proceed to row 15. Make 1 beginning chain. Turn the work. First work 1 single crochet decrease. Work 1 incomplete single crochet in each of the 2 edge stitches. Then yarn over and draw through all loops in once. This completes one single crochet decrease. Continue to finish the row. After completing, row 15 is done. Now proceed to row 16. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Turn the work. Work 2 double crochets into the last single crochet of the previous row. Treat these 2 double crochets and the beginning chain as one special DC 3-in-1. Work 1 single crochet in the adjacent double crochet, then work 1 DC 5-in-1 in the single crochet, meaning work 5 double crochets into the same stitch. Continue to finish the row. Finally, work 1 DC 3-in-1, meaning work 3 double crochets into the same stitch. This completes row 16. Next, continue to refer to the pattern. Finish the remaining rows of the left front piece. No new stitch techniques or methods will be used later. Just follow the chart for crocheting. After completing, leave a yarn tail, fasten off, and weave in ends. That's all for the left front piece. Now let's learn how to crochet the right front piece. The right front piece consists of motif 1, motif 2 and corner triangles. First, let's crochet the motifs. They are made up of complete and incomplete motifs. The crocheting method is almost identical, except for the first motif. All other motifs need to be joined with previous motifs. When working the final round or last row, the crochet sequence of the motifs can be referred to in the chart. You can also crochet according to your preference, as long as the corresponding motifs are properly joined. And for easier explanation, I've divided the right front piece into 4 rows. Row 1, Row 2, Row 3, Row 4. Now let's start with the motifs in row 1. First, let's learn how to crochet motif 1. This is the complete motif. Use the chain ring method to cast on. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise along the foundation chain. Now, let's show. First, cast on the adjustable magic ring. Chain 5. Then close the chain ring. Join with a slip stitch to the first chain. You can tighten, or not tighten this slip stitch. This completes the chain ring cast on. Now, crochet the first round. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Then work 1 chain space. Crochet 11 double crochets into the ring. Work 1 chain space between them. Weave in the yarn tails while crocheting. When it's hard to crochet, move the completed part to the right. After finishing, work 1 chain. Hook into the 3rd chain of the beginning chain. Slip stitch into the top 2 strands. Pull tight. This completes the first round. Since the next round requires a color change, leave a bit of tail and fasten off yarn. The yarn tail can be hidden on the wrong side, or weave it in while crocheting later. Now, crochet the second round. Take the corresponding color yarn. Join yarn in the last chain space of the previous round. Work 3 chains as beginning chain. Continue to work 1 double crochet in the same chain space. Chain 1. Then work 2 double crochets in the adjacent chain space. Weave in the ends. Chain 1. Let's see. This round is worked in the chain spaces of the previous round. Work 2 double crochets. Chain spaces between them. Work this round completely. Finish with a slip stitch. Leave a yarn tail. Hide the yarn tail on the wrong side. This completes round 2. Now let's crochet round 3. Join yarn in the last chain space of the previous round. Work 3 chains as beginning chain. Continue to work 2 double crochets here. Work 1 chain. Then work 3 double crochets in the adjacent chain space. Work 1 chain. Treat these 3 double crochets and the chains on both sides as one side. Next, work 3 double crochets in the adjacent chain space. Three chains. Then in the adjacent chain space, work 3 double crochets. Treat the double crochets worked in these 2 chain spaces and the chains between them as one corner. Next, continue with the method for sides and corners. Work this round completely. After finishing the last side, complete the starting corner. Finally, join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off, weave in ends. This completes round 3. Next, work round 4. First, join yarn in the chain space corresponding to the corner. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Continue working 2 double crochets here. Next, work the sides. The stitch count for this round sides has increased. First, work 3 double crochets in each of the 2 adjacent chain spaces. Chain 1 between them. After completing, chain 1. This completes one side. Next, work the corner. This round's corner is worked in the same chain space. First, work 3 double crochets. Then, chain 3. Continue working 3 more double crochets here. This completes the corner. Next, continue working the sides and corners as before. Complete this round. Finally, finish the starting corner. Join with a slip stitch. Pull tight. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. This completes the 4th round. Next, refer to the chart. Complete the remaining 2 rounds. The method is almost identical to the 4th round. Note to change colors after completing each round. After finishing the last round, leave a yarn tail, fasten off, and weave in ends. That's the end of motif 1. Now let's learn motif 2 for rounds 1-2. It's also a complete motif. Using the chain ring method for casting on, crocheting in rounds counterclockwise along the foundation chain. Now, let's show. First, cast on the adjustable magic ring. The method is identical to motif 1. After casting on is complete, proceed to crochet the first round. Work 3 chains as beginning chain. Then work 2 double crochets in the ring. Next work 3 chains. Continue working 3 double crochets in the ring. Three chains. Work this round completely. Join with a slip stitch and pull tight. Leave a yarn tail, fasten off, and weave in ends. That completes the first round. Now everyone reattach the yarn. Work the second round. After completing it, work the third round. When crocheting this round, you need to join with the adjacent motif. Join the yarn in the corresponding chain space of the previous round. Work 2 chains as beginning chain. Continue working 2 half double crochets in this chain space. Note, this entire round is worked in half double crochets, and connect at the last side, and the corners on both sides. Here is the connection position. First, work all the stitches before connecting. After completing them, start by connecting the corner. Work 3 half double crochets in the adjacent chain space. Then, connect while working the middle chain stitch. Work 1 chain stitch. Slightly enlarge the loop, remove the hook, take out motif 1. On the second side or any side. And the corners on both sides. Draw the loop through at the corresponding corner. Insert the hook from the right side to the wrong side. Work 1 chain stitch. This connects to the previous motif once. Work another chain stitch. Let's see. When connecting at the corner position, it's always done while working the middle chain stitch. Connect to the chain space of the corner corresponding to the previous motif. Continue to complete this corner. After finishing, move on to the edge position. Connection is also done while working chain stitches. First, draw the loop through the adjacent chain space of the previous motif. Work 1 chain stitch. This connects the edge position once. Next, continue to complete and connect this side. After the edge position is finished, complete the starting corner. Connect it well with the previous motif. Finally, slip stitch and pull tight. Leave a yarn tail, fasten off, and weave in ends. This completes motif 2. It has been connected with the previous motif. Next, crochet the next motif 2. Refer to the pattern. Complete all rounds before the last one. After finishing, work the last round and connect with the previous motifs. Here I'm demonstrating with a swatch without color changes. As you can see from the chart, there are 2 sides and 3 corners to join. First, attach the yarn. Work 3 chains as beginning chain. Then work 2 half double crochets. Continue all the way down the second side. Next, work the corner and join with the adjacent motif. Then finish this side and join with motif 2. This connection is also made while crocheting chains. Next, work the corner. You can connect in the same chain space as before, or in the chain space of motif 2. Then work the final side, and join with motif 1. Finally, complete the starting corner. And join with the corresponding corner of motif 1. Finish with a slip stitch. Leave a yarn tail, fasten off, and weave in ends. Now motif 2 is completed and joined. Next, learn to crochet motif 3. Refer to the chart. This motif is almost identical to motif 1. Only the later part requires working back and forth for several rows. First, refer to the chart. Complete the first 2 rounds. Note, round 2 has 2 chain spaces worked as half double crochets. Don't make a mistake. After completing that, work row 3. Take the corresponding color yarn. Join yarn on the corresponding double crochet of the previous round. Chain 4 as beginning chain. Work 1 double crochet in the next chain space. Continue referring to the chart. Finish this row. Note, end with 1 treble crochet. Leave a bit of tail and fasten off yarn. This completes row 3. Next, work row 4. Join yarn on the starting chain of the previous row. After joining the yarn, chain 3 as beginning chain. Continue to finish this row. After completing it, leave a yarn tail, and fasten off yarn. Row 4 is done. Now follow the chart to complete row 5. After completing it, work row 6. I've already worked up to the joining position here. When working the corner position, join with the chain space corresponding to motif 2. The joining method is the same. After finishing the corner position, next continue to work and join the edge position. When reaching previous joining positions, insert the hook into any chain space of one motif to join. After finishing and joining the edge position, continue to work the corners and join. Then complete the remaining part. After finishing, leave a yarn tail and fasten off. Then hide all yarn tails on the wrong side. This completes motif 3. Row 1 is now finished. Next, let's learn the motifs for row 2. The middle is 1 motif 1. 2 motif 2s are on each side. All connections are made while working the final round. You can follow the crochet sequence in the chart, or work according to your preference. Now complete this row. This finishes row 2. Next, let's learn row 3. It consists of 1 incomplete motif 1, 1 complete motif 2, and 1 incomplete motif 2. For larger sizes, it's 1 incomplete motif 1, and 2 complete motif 2s. Larger sizes, complete this row following the chart. For smaller sizes, first complete the incomplete motif 1, and the complete motif 2, then join them together. Now I'll demonstrate the incomplete motif 2. First follow the chart to complete the first 2 rounds. After finishing, proceed to row 3. Join yarn on the corresponding double crochet in round 2. Make 1 beginning chain. Then work 1 single crochet in the adjacent stitch. Next, work 2 half double crochets in the corner chain space. Then connect while crocheting chain stitches. Complete this corner. Continue to finish and join this row. After finishing, leave a bit of tail and fasten off yarn. This concludes row 3 of the incomplete motif 2. Row 3 is now complete. Finally, let's go over row 4. For this row, both small and large sizes use the incomplete motif 1. The first 5 rounds are crocheted in rounds. Finally, join yarn at the corresponding position to continue crocheting. Note that this joining method is slightly different from before. After joining yarn, work 3 chains as beginning chain. Then in the stitch of the adjacent motif 2, draw the loop through. Continue with 2 double crochets in the chain space. When encountering stitch connections later, simply draw the loop through at the stitch position. Next, continue to complete this motif. After finishing, leave a yarn tail, fasten off and weave in ends. This completes row 4 of the motifs. All motifs have now been covered. Next, learn how to crochet corner triangles. They are divided into side corners, underarm corners, neckline corners and shoulder part corners. First, crochet the side corners. Crochet along the second row on one side of motif 2. Now, let's show. Here I continue demonstrating with the small size. The crochet method for larger sizes is identical. You can watch the demonstration before crocheting. Start by crocheting row 1. Position the side edge upward. Join yarn in the chain space at the motif corner. Work 2 chains as beginning chain. Continue to work 1/2 double crochet here. Then work 1 chain. Next, crochet along this edge of the motif. After completing, work 2 half double crochets in the chain spaces of these 2 motif corners. Work 2 half double crochets in each corner chain space. After completing, continue crocheting along the adjacent motif. Finally, work 2 half double crochets in the corner chain space. This completes row 1. Now let's crochet row 2. Work 2 chains as beginning chain. Turn the work. Then crochet along the previous row. Note: work 2 half double crochets in some chain spaces. Finally, work 1/2 double crochet in the beginning chain. This completes row 2. Leave a yarn tail, fasten off and weave in ends. This concludes the small size side corner patch. Next, crochet the underarm corner patch. We will start from foundation chain. Crochet along the foundation chain. When crocheting the last row, join with the corresponding motif. Now, let's show. Similarly, I'll demonstrate with the small size. Leave a yarn tail, fasten off and weave in ends. Now work row 1. Make 1 beginning chain, then start from the second chain from the hook. First work 2 single crochets. Then work 1 chain. Skip 1 stitch and work 1 single crochet, repeat 3 times. After completing, work 1 chain, skip 2 stitches, work 1 DC3 and 1. After completing, work 3 chains. Then on the first chain, work 2 double crochets and 1 treble crochet. This completes row 1. Leave a yarn tail, fasten off, and weave in ends. Now work row 2. Join yarn on the starting single crochet. Make 3 beginning chains. Continue to work 1 more double crochet at the joining position. 1 chain. Then work along the corresponding chain spaces of the previous row. After completing, on the last stitch of the previous row, work 2 double crochets and 1 treble crochet. After completing, work 5 chains to extend. Then leave a yarn tail and fasten off. This completes row 2. Next, work row 3. Join yarn on the turning chain of the previous row. Make 3 beginning chains. Work 3 double crochets in the adjacent chain space. Then work 1 chain. Note: connect to the corresponding motif. Continue working along the previous row. Be mindful of connections while crocheting. Finally, work along the extended chains. After completing, leave a yarn tail, fasten off, and weave in ends. This completes the underarm corner. Next, learn about the neckline corner. Slightly different for the same size code. Here I'll continue explaining with the small size. Now, let's show chain 4 to begin. Then work row 1. Make 1 beginning chain. Then work 1 chain interval. Work 1 single crochet in the 4th chain from hook. Work 1 half double crochet in the adjacent chain. Work 1 half double crochet in the remaining chain. 3 chains. And 1 double crochet. This completes row 1. Leave a yarn tail, fasten off, and weave in ends. Now work row 2. First join yarn in the beginning chain space of the previous row. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Then work 2 chain intervals. Continue working 3 double crochets in this chain space. Then work 1 chain. Continue working 3 double crochets in the adjacent chain space. Three chains. Then work 3 double crochets. Finally work 1 double crochet on the double crochet. This completes row 2. Leave a yarn tail, fasten off, and weave in ends. Now work row 3. Join yarn on the turning chain of the previous row. Make 2 chains as beginning chain. Then work 3 chain intervals. Note: connect while working chain stitches here. Then work 3 half double crochets in the chain space. Continue crocheting along the previous row and join. Complete this row. Finally work 3 half double crochets. And 1 double crochet. Cut the yarn and weave in ends. This completes row 3. Now work row 4. Join the yarn on the turning chain of the previous row. Work 2 chains as beginning chain. Work 1 double crochet in the chain space. Then work 1 slip stitch in motif 1. Row 4 is complete. Now work row 5. Work 2 chains as beginning chain. First work 1 slip stitch. Then turn the work. Work 1 double crochet. Row 5 is also complete. Cut the yarn and weave in ends. The neckline corner is finished. Next, let's learn about the shoulder corner triangle. Here I'll explain using the finished product. For small size, join the yarn in the chain space of motif 1 at the top, then work 4 rows. For large size, join the yarn on the beginning chain. Work the corresponding rows. Now everyone can follow the chart to crochet. After finishing, cut the yarn and weave in ends. Now everyone can complete this part on their own. That's all for the shoulder corner triangle. Up to this point, the right front body is completely finished. Once both front and back bodies are completed, join the corresponding positions of shoulders and body between front and back bodies. First join the shoulders. Then join the body. Here I'll explain using the finished product first. When joining, place the wrong sides of corresponding shoulders facing each other, then on the right side of either side. Join with a slip stitch and chain stitch. Except for the left front. Shoulders are mostly connected by inserting into stitches. When connecting the left front, match the corresponding rows of the side edge to the back body. Side edges are always picked up by stitch techniques or inserting into stitches. For example, double crochets pick up the entire double crochet, or insert into stitches. Beginning chains pick up the entire beginning chain. Or insert into the top 2 strands of the beginning chain. For single crochets or decrease positions, pick up 1-2 strands on the side edge, or insert into stitches. Now follow this method. And refer to the following video for joining. Start with shoulder connections first. Here I'll demonstrate using a swatch. This way of connecting stitch positions. Align the areas to be joined. You can use stitch markers to secure a few points. Match the beginning and ending. Align the fabric pieces evenly. Try to match the textures. Make sure the right side of the fabric faces out. Take the corresponding yarn, make a knot. First on the front side. Join yarn on the first stitch of the right edge. You can start joining from either end. If it's stitches here, simply insert the hook into the stitch. If it's a beginning chain, pick up both strands of the chain above the beginning chain to join yarn. Then work a chain transition. The number of chains here, you can adjust according to your preference. The more chains, the wider the joining area will be. For the swatch, work 1 chain stitch. Slip stitch into the first stitch of the back fabric edge. For a neater look, place the yarn on the left side of the hook. Insert from the front side. Do not pull tight when making slip stitches. You can also adjust according to your preference, the stitch technique for joining, and the direction of insertion. Continue crocheting chains. Return to the current piece. Pick a suitable position. After completing the chains, it should reach approximately this position. If there are more chains, the interval between joins can be slightly increased. In the swatch, connect with a 1-stitch interval. If the joining positions are not on the same row, choose a roughly suitable position. Just ensure the pieces align evenly and flat after joining. Continue crocheting chains. Join at the corresponding position on the other side. Pay attention to the direction of inserting the hook. Wrap the carrying yarn into stitches together. Repeat this process. Choose suitable positions on the front and back pieces for joining. If you encounter a chain space, just join normally. After completing the last two corresponding positions, cut the yarn. Hide the beginning and ending yarn tails on the wrong side. Everyone complete it. That's how to connect the stitch positions. After the shoulders are joined, next connect the corresponding positions on the body sides. When joining here, the front body mostly involves picking up stitches or inserting into chain spaces. At motif 3 position, pick up the stitch technique along the edge. For the back body, always pick up the stitch technique along the edge. You can also insert into stitches. Now everyone follow the method we learned earlier. Now connect the body as well. That concludes the joining process. Next, add the edging. Along the front and back bodies, crochet in rounds around the outer edge. The new stitch techniques used are 3 single crochets into the same stitch and single crochet increase. Now, let's show. First, crochet the first round. I'll continue demonstrating with the small size. Position the hem facing upward. Start from the right front edge. Join yarn on the motif 3 beginning chain. Make 1 beginning chain. Then crochet along the right front hem. Always pick up chain spaces and stitches for single crochets. Refer to the chart. Finish crocheting the hem first. When reaching the corner position, work 4 single crochets into the corner chain space. Next comes the body side seam. Similarly, pick up chain spaces and insert into stitches. Crochet all the way to before the single crochet increase. After completing, work 1 single crochet increase on the stitch. That is, work 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Next, crochet along the neckline. Crochet along row 3 and the last row of motifs and corners. Again, always pick up chain spaces, or insert into stitches. When encountering slip stitches, pick up the V-shaped loop of the slip stitch to crochet. Finish crocheting the neckline position. Evenly crochet the required number of stitches along the neckline. Refer to the chart for the exact stitch count. You can also adjust based on your tension. Once completed, the fabric piece should lay flat. Next, move to the back body position. First, crochet along the side seam. Then, crochet along the corresponding row of stitches or chain spaces. Finish crocheting the back body position. After completing, move to the left front position. First, work the corresponding number of single crochets along the extended chain from the neckline. Here, you can use stitch markers to divide this section into equal parts. If you don't have stitch markers, you can also substitute with safety pins or paper clips. Then, work the required number of stitches in each section. The total stitches after completion should match the total stitches of the neckline. When crocheting, always insert the hook into the remaining 1-2 strands of the chain stitch, or insert into the chain space. Finish crocheting the neckline position. After completing, move to the side edge. This is the starting chain position. First, work along the starting chain. Start with a single crochet increase. Then work single crochets. Note, skip some chain stitches without working. When reaching the corner stitch, work 3 single crochets in the same stitch. That is, crochet 3 single crochets in the same place. After finishing, move to the side edge position. Work the required single crochets along each row's side edge. Complete this side. Finally, work along the back bodice, starting point. After finishing, join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Pull tight. This completes the first round. Next, complete the remaining rounds. Except for the hem corner position later on, you'll need to increase stitches. Otherwise, basically work 1 single crochet per stitch. And for the right front band, when you reach the third round, you also need to work buttonholes. Working a buttonhole means crocheting the corresponding number of chain stitches, then skip the corresponding number of stitches underneath. The number of stitches between buttonholes can be referenced from the chart, or you can adjust according to the actual situation. Now complete the rest on your own. That concludes the edging instructions. Next, let's learn how to crochet the sleeves. Let's start with the left sleeve. It's divided into the main part and the cuff edge. The crocheting method for the main part is basically the same as the left front piece, only the stitch count and row count differ. And while crocheting, you'll also encounter a double crochet and treble crochet cluster. Here I'll demonstrate this stitch using a swatch. In the corresponding chain space and stitch, work 2 incomplete double crochets. Then work 1 incomplete treble crochet in the chain space. Finally, yarn over and draw through all loops in once. This is the double crochet and treble crochet cluster. Now follow the method we learned earlier. First, complete the left sleeve. Once completed, connect the marked positions on both sides. Use slip stitches and chain stitches to join them. The joining method is the same as before. After finishing, crochet the cuff edge. The cuff edge is crocheted in rounds. Crochet along the side of each row. After completing the first round, continue crocheting without increasing or decreasing. Now complete it on your own. That's all for the left sleeve. Next, let's crochet the right sleeve. It consists of the main part, sides and cuff edge. The main part is also made up of motifs. Crocheting the motifs is almost identical to motif 1 and motif 2. Some motifs are started with a foundation chain method, then join the yarn on the same side and begin crocheting. First refer to the pattern and crochet the motifs. When crocheting the last round or the last row of the motifs, join them with the corresponding motifs. After completing the motifs, crochet the side seams. The side seams are crocheted along the corresponding motifs on both sides. The stitch technique is almost the same as the edging for the front and back bodies. Refer to the chart for specific stitch patterns. Once completed, mark the position indicated on the side seams. Also join using slip stitches and chain stitches. The joining method is the same as before. After joining, crochet the sleeve cuffs. Crochet the sleeve cuffs around the corresponding motifs from the beginning. The stitch technique is almost the same as the edging for the front and back bodies. Now everyone can complete it on their own. That concludes the explanation for the sleeve cuffs. Once all sleeves are completed, attach each sleeve to the corresponding armhole position. The joining method is also the same as before. When joining, you can temporarily secure the sleeve to the armhole position with markers first. Sleeve connection position, towards the underarm, which is the body connection position. Align the folded position with the shoulder connection. When joining, pick the side seam stitches for the side edges. Stitches or chains should be inserted into the corresponding stitches and chain spaces. When encountering the starting point, pick up 1-2 yarn strands for the chain stitch. You can adjust the exact position according to your actual situation. Once connected, lay flat. Now complete it on your own. That's all for connecting the sleeves. We've finished the sleeves up to this point. Finally, sew on the buttons. Sew them at the corresponding buttonhole positions. On the other front band, roughly in the middle position. Take about 30 cm of the same color yarn for the edging. First secure the yarn tail on the wrong side. Then pull out the needle to sew. You can also sew a few more stitches. Secure it well. After sewing, tie a knot and weave in the ends on the wrong side. That's how one button is sewn on. Follow the same method to sew on the rest of the buttons. Up to this point, this garment is completely covered. If you encounter any issues while crocheting, if there are any unclear parts, don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's Family. Supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.